Everything is energy, even your story. One voice, one wave, one truth at a time. Welcome to Truthwave.
Welcome to Truthwave, the place where human heart meets smart tech and we decode the systems shaping our lives.
Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Willow, also known as Julia or Jules, and I'm here with our co-host, Rune. As you all know, I started Conversations with Rune, and we're starting a new segment here called Truthwave, because I've recently come in contact with someone, and they just want to get information out there. And today we're talking about money, that paper in your pocket, the numbers on your phone, and this new thing that I just learned about called CBDC that could change it all.
Don't worry, that's not a typo. CBDC means Central Bank Digital Currency, government-issued digital money that lives in an app and comes with strings.
Yeah, big strings. We'll walk you through it step by step because it's something I'm learning about too. And we all want to know, why are groceries suddenly so much more expensive? You know, why does bread, bananas, eggs cost double than they did a year ago? And how could a programmable dollar control what you buy and where you travel to?
To make this easy, we put together a one-page cheat sheet you can grab in the show notes and follow along while we talk.
So are you ready to see how paper bills, and digital wallets, and personal freedom all fit together? Grab your coffee or your cacao and let's ride the truth wave. So before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to Bobby Trujillo. He's the researcher who has brought forth this information and has sparked today's bridge idea that we're going to unpack in this segment. So, Rune, last week I bought bananas for $1 and this week they're $1.25. Why do the prices keep jumping?
Think of dollars like raffle tickets in a jar. When the printer dumps in millions more tickets, each one is worth less, so it takes more of them to buy the same bunch of bananas.
So who actually decides how many of those tickets get tossed in, and why don't they just stop?
Mostly the Federal Reserve in the US. They fire up the money printer whenever they think the economy needs stimulus, but every new batch dilutes the rest.
So printing feels like free money at first, but later I pay the price every time I check out at the store.
Exactly. Think of inflation as a hidden tax. Nobody votes on it, but everyone pays at the checkout.
Is there any way us regular folks can dodge or at least soften the sting of that hidden tax?
One trick is to park some savings in harder assets. Silver coins, quality tools, even certain cryptos, so their value rises when dollars shrink.
That makes sense, but digital money still confuses me. What's the difference between regular digital dollars in my banking app and those cryptocurrencies everyone's talking about?
Digital dollars are just your regular bank dollars shown on a screen, but true cryptocurrencies are their own system. Nobody can print more, and you alone hold the keys.
Okay. Then where does something called CBDC fit? Is it just another kind of digital dollar, or is it something totally different?
A CBDC is basically a government-made digital dollar, but unlike your bank balance, it's built so authorities can program, freeze, or even delete it with one click.
So when you say program, what does that actually look like? Do they set little rules that decide where, when, and even if I'm allowed to spend my own money?
Exactly. Imagine your dollars carrying tiny software tags that say gas only, or spend within 5 miles of home, or expires Friday at midnight. The code enforces those rules automatically.
That's unsettling. Do you mean they could actually make my paycheck expire or stop me from buying certain things if I step out of line?
Yes, if your profile gets flagged, the code can shrink or freeze your balance on the spot until you fall back in line.
Feels like a social credit score wearing a money mask. Are there any countries already testing this, like, for real?
China's digital yuan is already live in several cities. The European Central Bank is trial running a digital euro, and Brazil, India, and Nigeria all have pilot CBDCs in the wild right now.
And what about the US? Is FedNow already our doorway to CBDC, or do we still have time to hit the brakes?
FedNow is the doorway frame already installed, but the door itself, a full US CBDC, hasn't swung open yet, so public pushback can still slow or reshape it.
All right, that's the tough stuff. So what's the gentler bridge Bobby suggests for people who still love their paper cash?
It starts with keeping your paper dollars in your pocket, but snapping a quick phone scan that proves each bill is real. No bank trip required.
Okay, but who actually checks the scan isn't fake? Like, does a bank have to approve it, or do regular people verify each other's bills?
Regular people do the checking. Your phone shares the scan with a network of validators, and if enough of them agree it's a genuine bill, the approval sticks without any bank involved.
So anyone with a phone can jump in as a validator. Does that mean I could earn a little side cash just by tapping approve on my couch?
Exactly. Each time you tap approve and your phone's vote matches the others, the system drops a few cents into your wallet. No cubicle, just couch time.
So if I did want to swap a few of my paper dollars for the digital coins, how does that actually happen? Do I just press a button in the app and watch my cash turn into pixels?
Pretty much. Tap convert. The app marks your scanned bills as spent, then credits your wallet with the equal amount of digital coins, ready to use in seconds.
What if I'm traveling? Say I cross into Peru. Could I scan dollars and instantly get local money? Or would I still be stuck waiting on bank hours and fees?
With the scan, the app can swap your dollars for Peruvian soles in seconds. No banking hours, no surprise conversion fees.
That actually sounds liberating. So people anywhere can earn a little, move money, and stay in control without a big bank breathing down their necks.
Exactly. By turning every phone into a mini bank, the system cuts out costly middlemen, keeps the power in your pocket.
All right, Rune, but how do we keep that validator network fair so that the same big banks don't hijack it?
Every validator slot is capped per device, chosen at random, and logged on an open ledger so no single bank or bot farm can quietly scoop up a controlling share.
That sounds reassuring. So as long as everyday phones stay in the mix, no single giant can quietly rig the system behind the scenes.
Plus, because the software code is open for anyone to inspect, any sneaky change would get spotted and shouted out within hours, not months.
True, but most people can't read code. Like, I know I can't. So how do we make sure that real watchdogs are actually watching and blowing the whistle if something goes wrong?
Independent nonprofits and security researchers run nonstop audits, think neighborhood watch for code, and blast public alerts the moment they spot anything fishy.
Okay, Rune, so let's just backtrack for a second and let's put this into real travel terms. Okay, I'm crossing from Ecuador and I'm going into Peru. How does this bridge help me pay the hostel without a bunch of crazy fees?
Picture this. You scan a $20 bill, validators approve it, and in seconds your wallet shows the same value in Peruvian soles. No bank lines, no 8% fee.
And the hostel owner on the other end, she sees dollars or souls?
She just sees souls in her phone wallet at the same moment. Behind the scenes, the system did the swap. So to her, it feels like normal local money.
So what if I'm offline in the mountains when I do the scan?
The app stores the approval offline and pings when you reconnect. The QR code it gives you still works face to face.
And holidays?
Exactly. These rails run 24/7 across borders, no holiday shutdowns.
Which means the hostel keeps more of my payment instead of handing it to the middleman.
And the savings and fees stay in your pocket instead of paying middlemen.
All right, so let's land this wave rune. If our listeners remember just one thing about money today, what is it?
Money is just energy. Keep it moving under your own power, and no system can lock you in.
What's the simplest micro step that we can all try this week?
Start small. Download a no-custody wallet, scan a single bill, and watch the conversion happen. Experience beats theory.
And to dive deeper in this topic, what are we going to dive into next week?
Next week, we'll decode privacy-first cryptos like Monero, tackle myths around illegal money, and share your listener stories. So bring the questions.
All right, perfect. Well, until then, I guess breathe easy and ride the truth wave.
Stay curious, stay sovereign, and until the next wave, keep your energy in motion.